Welcome back. Welcome back. Hope you guys are doing good. I'm glad you guys are definitely back here. Back in the same place I left you, right on the other side of the phone. Appreciate you guys for always joining. If you're new here, we'll give you an introduction, let you know who it is that we are, why it is that you need to be liking, sharing, and subscribing this channel. And we're going to get into also what it is that we will be covering tonight. Tonight is a very special night because many people are in a position to look to move abroad, but at the same time aren't in a position to know where to start. What is the first step? What is the second step? What does that look like? We're going to go over some options that we have for you guys that essentially compiles all of this information, takes the steps that you need, it takes the destinations that you're interested in, it takes the conversations that you might have had with yourself, but maybe not ready to have with the entire world or your friends or your family. So these things are some of the things that we actually bring to the table in helping you guys learn how to move abroad. It's not something that you grew up learning to leave America. And a lot of people are stumbling on the way out, not only with what to do, how to start, but how to get connected. One of the biggest things in our community is hookups, connections. And what you will realize as you travel around the world, the hookups and connections that you have and or can gain will honestly be some of your lifelines and your biggest things that will, when you look at, am I being successful? Am I having a good time? These hookups are essentially the key to making certain that you don't stumble out of the gates, end up going back to the United States. So if you guys are new here, my name is RJ Mood. I am the owner of Mood Travel. Mood Travel, what we do is give you guys opportunities to see the world. However, our Black Expat Life Abroad division, what we do is speak directly to you. Black Americans in the United States looking to move abroad, looking for information, looking for resources, looking for guidance, giving you guys the opportunity not only hear from somebody and people that already have done it, but people that are actually relocation experts and have moved hundreds of people at this point out of their country and into another country and allowed them to start living their best life. So make sure that if you are or are not the person, either way, share this with somebody that you may need to hear this conversation. A lot of people, and I was talking about this earlier this week, a lot of people, when running out of a burning house, tend to forget things. You might have the basics, let me grab my family and, maybe a picture or two you don't want to go about losing. But essentially, when you're trying to leave in a haste or trying to leave when the heat is on and the pressure is on, it could be a little overwhelming. So I have compiled a team of experts for our community. My community and our community is you, the people that are looking to move abroad. Not only just Colombia, but many other places that are on your radar. Let's get into it. Let's give you guys real insight on what that looks like. Let's give you guys real insight on how you can go not only learn about a different location, but also take a look at getting connected with people that will go through immigration, healthcare, real estate, property investment, the different visas that you have. Think about how important that could be if you could have an entire Rolodex of people at your service ready to help you move abroad. I know you guys are, chat GPTers and DIYers. And what I tell people that are in this digital age and all of the positive advancements that AI does bring, it takes a human touch when considering your human life that you're going to want to actually go about putting into consideration when moving abroad. This is not something that ChatGPT can fully guide you on from A to Z. No matter how smart it is, no matter how advanced it may seem, you are going to need a human touch. Never mind the fact that things outside of the United States, especially when it comes to immigration, how much things cost, they change. And they change often faster than the algorithms or the AI could keep up with verifying that it is relevant or factual information. They may have to source 1,000 different leads, but if it's getting written one article at a time, how does that work? So we want to make certain that you guys are still utilizing AI wherever it is that you may see fit, but getting the hookup. coming a part of our community and realizing that we have taken the time and put these efforts together so that you don't have to have the hassle of moving abroad that so many people have. You increase your probability of success from leaving the United States wherever you are and maybe never returning in a way where you live in America anymore unless it is that you want to. Many people are now moving abroad and are returning not because they want to, but because they did not go prepared. They didn't know anybody when they got there. They didn't even know how to get from the airport. Now, they're going to cover a number of different things, which we'll talk about tonight. But when you leave there, imagine going on a conference on a Saturday and getting connected with 3 to 4 to 5 different locations that may be on your expat destination list. But not only just getting connected, learning what the cost of living is and how much things operate there, what the community looks like, but realistically, somebody that can meet you on the other side. So imagine you land in your destination of choice and you're guided through relocation tours, opportunities to see properties. These things are giving you the lowest possible barrier. So stay where you are, buy the ticket, and essentially you have the ability to stay at home, get some real information before you go purchase a plane ticket. That can be very important for people who may not be ready to explore their location yet, but are ready to actively look at who is it that I need to know? What is it that I need to know? So let's talk about the locations. We have gone and looked at some of the top expat destinations for Black Americans looking to move abroad. Now, what I will tell you is you may say, oh, well, you don't have this place and you don't have this place. I oftentimes tell people when they are making their first move abroad, the best thing that they can do for themselves is probably start on this side of the world. Considering what you may be going through in America, everything, that burning house feeling that you may have, considering a completely new culture, you're going to get a new culture no matter what. But the entire other hemisphere runs a little differently than the entire Eastern hemisphere. Never mind what you're going to do for work and what time zone that is on. Never mind what loneliness could feel like being a day ahead, 12 hours off from where you have come from. These things are going to be important. So when we talk about why we looked at and what destinations we have to cover on our virtual relocation conference, it's thought with you in mind. These are great places to, okay, first places, second places, and then we've got one outlier that kind of starts moving you towards the far places in Africa, places in Asia. These things I would tell people when looking to move abroad, take it slow. Start off somewhere. Doesn't mean that you have to live there forever. Doesn't need you to spend a bunch of money on a nomad visa or anything. It's just giving you the opportunity to get America off you. So many people are looking to go jump into the deep end when it comes to the other side of the world because of what they're hearing on these particular TikToks or YouTubes. Not considering when it's your first time leaving America, getting the weight of America off of you, the moment that you finally get on the other side of the TSA and you get settled in your destination, it's going to be overwhelming. You should hopefully be positioned to put yourself into a place where there's community. There are people that could help you understand what you are possibly going through or share situations and stories where they've gone through it as well. That's why we have the places and the destinations carefully picked on this particular relocation conference, strictly because we want you to start and we want you to stay. And we want you to stay not in the place, more so stay out, because that is why you're leaving. You're looking to leave. You're looking to see what the world has for you outside of America. So obviously, if you guys don't know, my name is RJ once again, but most people know me for Colombia. Most people have seen me over the years, dating back to 2018, for bringing people to Colombia. We have made it our mission not only to show people Colombia, the beauty of it, the essence and the energy of it, but also have now taken a turn to help others relocate to Colombia that actually are looking to move and what that looks like. So on our relocation conference, we're going to be covering a couple of different places in Colombia, which is good. The reason why is because you have beach towns, you have mountain towns, you have big city vibes, and you have smaller city vibes. What do you want? Remember, we're not going to a country. You're going to a place in said country, a city in said country, a neighborhood in said country. The entire country of any of these places is an entire breadth of wide, vast land. So let's help you narrow down. You may have had Colombia on your radar, but over the conference, we're going to give you information on what life abroad looks like in Medellin. That is vastly different when we cover Cartagena. It also looks different when we bring in Rotisha from Santa Marta. Santa Marta is a place where it has the beach vibes of Cartagena, but the water looks more beautiful. The tourism aspect isn't as high by any means as a place like Cartagena. So it is a little bit, well, a lot cheaper because Cartagena is one of the most expensive cities in Colombia. A lot of people are going there from a tourist destination, but the large amount of expats that are living abroad, coming from America, moving over to Colombia, living in different places, a lot of them live in Medellin. It is a perfect place for it to be a first stop for you if you are open enough to get comfortable using Spanish. These things are important to consider, but we're going to go over what the cost of living is, what renting a normal apartment looks like, daily food expenses. These things, even Uber, knowing whether or not to take an Uber versus a taxi. These things will get nuanced from a high level so you can get a better understanding of one, what I, as well as each destination offers, two, what the person offers. Each destination speaker will be presenting you guys opportunities for relocation tours, maybe niche down virtual conferences where now you're going over everything that has to do with Colombia versus, well, let's just cover it from a high level so we can whet your appetite, give you an understanding that you have people and community there to meet you. As we continue to build, as we continue to grow, we will add on more locations. Our specific Mexico location that we have for you guys that'll be attending the conference is a very popular location. Playa del Carmen, Mexico is definitely one of the top places that expats are looking for as far as where do I move. These things very vastly different than living life in Colombia. Obviously, it's a lot closer. You're Spanish because you have proximity to hotels and resorts that Americans may be moving to versus in Colombia you have visiting versus in Colombia, depending on where you are, it may not be a heavy tourist presence. Playa del Carmen offers the opportunity. I say if you don't have a lot of Spanish, it is definitely a good starter place. It is a very warm environment, so depending on what you're looking for from temperature wise, I would tell you July and August are extremely hot. Other years, times of the year, it's a warm 80 to 85 degrees. Summer is going to be extremely hot. I will tell you, depending on the year, you might not be able to go outside or want to until after 6, once the sun starts going down. We're going to bring in Courtney from Black Expat Stories to talk about not only life in Playa del Carmen, give you guys an opportunity to understand what she has for you if you pick up and decide, okay, let's go on a relocation tour. Each of these individual destinations, we've made sure that they are going to be able to serve you as far as a relocation tour, showing different apartments or property investment opportunities, connecting you with lawyers, connecting you with local healthcare, connecting you with local neighborhood guides. Each of the destinations will provide this. After Mexico, we head to one of the other. I think I saw it was number one, the number one expat destination. Now, depends on where you get your information from. It might be number two, but the one I saw was number one. I will tell you that is probably in the top 10 on anybody's list, which is Panama. Being able to hook up with my Morehouse brother, Will Easley, with Go Explore Panama, they are going to be able to give you the ins and outs of what life in Panama looks like, the foreign currency exchange. Do you want to live in the city? Do you want to live in the beach? These things are important because maybe you don't want a car. Panama offers so many opportunities to travel the world as a major hub with Copa Airlines. There are so many different opportunities living in Panama that you have access to. we'll be able to cover that. And then our last destination with the question mark, and I say that is because we're actively talking on adding another destination before the conference. So definitely keep your eyes open for that. For some of our people that are looking for maybe a little bit further outside of America, not in South America. We have connected with Maurice Foley from Black Travel Expo to Oceans Travel. They actually do relocations tours to a very popular destination, which is Cape Town, South Africa. So if you are looking for information on how to move, how to buy property out there, is it something that I can do? Maurice is going to bring him and his resources to the virtual conference and be able to give you understanding on what that looks like. The opportunity to see from Santa Marta to Medellin to Cartagena to Playa del Carmen, Mexico, to Panama City and all of Panama, as well as Cape Town, South Africa, is just one piece, because we understand that our community needs more than where's the best places to go. And I know you still need all of the resources of how do I find healthcare and how do I go about finding an apartment. I got you. Those things are taken care of. But many times when running out of the house and it is on fire, you often forget about you. You often forget about some of the things that you said, oh, if I would have remembered, I would have went back and got it. So what we've done is bring all of those things to the conference. So outside of destinations, we're going to get into a couple of different extreme topics that you will probably be more inclined to focus on once you leave. So one of the biggest things that people talk about, whether you live abroad or you live in the United States, is mental health. What's the point of saying, hey, let's go out and bring you to all of these places, drop you off in a new place with a new language and a new culture? Things move either faster or slower than what it is that you're expecting, and not think to ask you, how you doing? So you run into, and many, if you're a person that already lives abroad, you may understand that it is difficult to go about getting mental health, speaking to a therapist when living abroad. Because of American insurances and the gray area, you may be in a scenario where you are doing virtual, but you may have to be very mum's the word on where you are and what you're really going through, because it could cause a alarm. But imagine if you were able to have a conversation with somebody that has a degree in this, but it is a coaching conversation. Coaching in an understanding of where you are living abroad, how do you go about navigating the new culture, the new language, the new time zone, the new expectation on yourself on, I deserve a better quality of life, but how do I go about getting it? What about your children, the family that you're looking to move abroad with? What do the kids do when nobody in their class speaks English? What do they do when they may not have a basketball court to go play at, but they may have a soccer field to go play at? Navigating you as well as your family and your children is one of the things that I know you're going to forget when running out of the house. But when you think about it, it's one of the most important things to sustainability. Sustainability is what you're looking for. You're not just looking to leave. You're looking to leave, stay, and thrive. So we have brought on literal doctors that offer coaching for expats and their families so that they can give you an understanding on what services, once you go move abroad, what that looks like, how they can help you. Somebody that actually understands. Maybe if you had a conversation with somebody that has possibly left the United States, seen what life abroad is like, understand how that can impact your child and ways to help them navigate their new environment, maybe your guys would stay a little bit longer, wouldn't you? But there's so many things that are possibly on your mind, and you're probably thinking it's like, there's no way. There's no way that you could at least touch some of the things that are plaguing me outside of just where do I go? But we have done our best too. Well, only things that one of the other things that we've done, because if anybody is not new here, you know, we talk about community. We talk also about the African diaspora and how and what it looks like when living abroad and having the opportunity to commune with people that look like you that may not speak the same language, may not have the same culture as you, but are a kindred spirit, none the same. So we bring on Michelet Horsley. If you do not know Michelet, Michelet from LA has literally lived abroad for over, I think she's going on 13 years. She has lived in Africa. She has lived in the Middle East. She now calls Medellin, Colombia home. If you have had the opportunity to go on any of our relocation tours, you have actually met Michelet. She is the local loctician. She is the local, Tisha calls her the Martha Stewart of crafts. She brings people to the fruit and market tour once they get to the Colombia, understanding what that looks like. But she's going to be talking about something that is really important. What volunteerism looks like when you move abroad. You don't know, but you have a lot of privilege when moving abroad. And I don't mean just here, come with your money so you can give it to people. Your time, the things that America has taught you, how to be a entrepreneur, how to be successful. You'd be surprised what gets shared across the table at diaspora conversations. If you don't put yourself into them, you won't get them. So we're going to bring in how to get connected to opportunities to volunteer wherever it is that you're looking to land, because that is important. You asked about how can I not be a gentrifier? That is a very interesting way to approach it, by going back and going into the communities and saying, hey, I'm not just here to live and take pictures and post on Instagram. I'm actually here to be a part of it. Where can I bring my resources, my knowledge, and my information to the table so that we can have a bigger table of people actually doing better? So we bring in Michelet for volunteerism. What we also bring in is one of the biggest things. I hinted about it earlier. What does moving with your child abroad look like? Seriously, do you actually have the opportunity to pick somebody's brain, hear from why they left and what they had to navigate through with understanding? Now, you may pick Colombia, you may pick another place, but the general conversation around moving your children abroad to a new culture, to a new language, to a new lifestyle. We've got Candace Russell coming. She is an expat that is living in Colombia. She moved from Chicago out to Medellin, now living in Cartagena. She's going to give you guys some understanding on what your life would look like with your kids abroad. The goods, the pros, the cons. We talk about everything so you have a full scope and understanding of what this opportunity gives you and your family. Now, the biggest thing, and I know, is okay, well, how can I stay? I tell you guys so many times, as an American passport holder, you get up to 180 days in many of these countries. However, so many of you are positioning yourself to go about getting the digital nomad visa, and you haven't even used the 180 days that your passport gives you. But you are going to go on to a relocation tour. You're going to come and see the place that you're looking for. And what's going to happen is you may stay to your 130th day and say, I am really loving this place. I want to see what my visa options are. Well, we bring on Daniel Luque from Capital M Law. He is a lawyer based in Colombia. However, Daniel has traveled all around the world. So he's going to be able to give you the 4 different visa category types from an understanding of what you may be looking at. From Colombia to Mexico to Panama to South Africa, there's an understanding that there is 4 different visa types. Depending on where you choose, what country, it may cost different. But there are some outliers that are all the same. Certain documents that you need, certain things that you are going to have to present. Preparing you that once you get those documents, depending on where you're going, these may be needed to be professionally translated and apostilled. So setting the right expectations for the documents that you're going to need, baseline cost of understanding how these things operate from a finance perspective. We bring in Daniel for that. One of the biggest, all of these are the big topics. Like you say, one of the biggest, I'm like, these are the things that are on your mind. You always ask when you're moving abroad, well, what's the healthcare like? And so many Americans that aren't familiar with global healthcare are excited to learn that the healthcare options abroad are more beneficial to you being alive, getting sick and being able to get better, getting treatment, than what it is that's presented to you in the United States. So we bring in Jerry Sanabria. Jerry Sanabria is an American expat living out in Cali, Colombia. He owns Colombian VIP Consultants. But as a person that has serviced so many people, coming from medical tourism to general healthcare questions, we are going to be able to navigate some high level conversations regarding what does healthcare look like? Do I need to go to the doctor or will the doctor come to me? What is the number for 911? Because maybe it's not 911 where you're going. Even just waking that up in you could be the difference between a good situation and a bad situation when living abroad. Understanding what your healthcare options are extremely important. One of the things that I saw the other day, guys, and it kind of made me pissed off. I'll be honest with you. It just made me pissed off. It was talking about wealth management and building wealth, the opportunity to build wealth. And what it was saying was Black Americans that have degrees in two income households may be in worse scenarios than their white counterparts in one income households with maybe not as many degrees. The numbers are always in our favor. And I look at that as because when moving abroad, you may take a budget that seems extremely tight, and now all of a sudden it widely opens because things just don't cost that much. Now, that will factor based off of where it is that you end up going. But one of the biggest things that we're looking to provide is a full scope solution for you. So we've got your destinations, we've got your volunteerism, we got what to do with your kids, we got somebody for you to talk to, we have immigration, we have medical tourism and healthcare. Got all of the bases covered. But what if somebody said, hey, ma'am or sir, you know, you went from spending $5,000 a month in basic expenses and now you're spending $3,000 a month. What does that look like with that extra 2,000? What if now, because I'm seeing in that same conversation and article that I read, that so many people aren't going to be able to retire. They can't build enough money and save enough money based off of their current expenses. So moving abroad may be the only way that you're able to save enough money to retire. But where do you put it? So we're going to tap in with Corey Hooks. She is a financial expert. She is going to be able to give you guys information on moving abroad in the sense of being able to build wealth, being able to actually start a retirement plan and being able to put it somewhere financially and strategically that actually makes sense for you. I'm not the financial expert, but I wanted to make certain that just cutting off the money, make the money work for you. I am targeting and looking at black people in America to come move abroad, yet the people in America are being faced with, even with degrees, we're not getting paid at the same rate as other people. Well, if you're looking to move abroad, take that money and you take that the dollar amount that you are able to make, and then you have a conversation with somebody that allows you to navigate and see what opportunities are presented to you that weren't presented to you because you didn't have the budget to be able to think about those kind of things. And one of the last things, not the last thing, these last two topics, you guys are definitely going to want to be aware of and know that these people are extremely dedicated to what they're doing. The first one, a lot of people ask me, what do you do for work? How do you make money online? And that is nuanced down to who you are and what skill sets you have. Yeah, we live in such a digital age and we see so many different opportunities to make money online, but trying to wrap your head around it, trying to understand where to start and how to actually go about doing it is difficult. So what we've done is brought on Bianca Lynch. Bianca Lynch she has come out with an ebook that essentially teaches you how to start making money online. We are definitely working to continuously be able to provide more remote work opportunities for you. If you know what happened to be a remote work recruiter, please reach out to me. We have an entire community of people that are actually looking for remote work. But if you have the entrepreneurial spirit, many people that are looking to move abroad are now faced with, do I start my own online business? But how do you do so? So we tapped in with Bianca Lynch. She's down there in Medellin, Colombia. She will be able to go over how to start making money online. Affiliate marketing is one of the most lucrative businesses. You have to understand content creation, believe it or not, the kids were onto something. People are making a mint online by recommending products, evaluating services. There are so many different niches that you can fall into when it comes to moving abroad and how do I make money. And one of the biggest things, this is big no matter if you are looking to move abroad or not. One of the biggest things that is going on in America right now is the student loan crisis. The student loan crisis is enormous. So many people are strapped right now with student loan debt. So many people are in a position where they may have started to get letters or messages that say, hey, if you don't come up with a solution, we are going to start garnishing your wages. Well, if you don't get any more money from your job and you're already working 40, 50, 60 plus hours a week, where does the time come from to take on another job, grab another side hustle? So many people are starting to consider moving abroad as a way to get out of debt, build opportunities to retire and build wealth abroad, but get rid of their student loans. We have brought on Sonia Lewis, the student loan doctor. If you don't know her, you guys are in for a 100% treat. She has been on major news publications. I've seen her on CNN. She's been in a bunch of different articles. If you're from Philadelphia, you've probably seen her billboard somewhere. She has helped so many people. I'm talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. She's probably already in the millions of people that, in regards to number of dollars she's helped get recovered as far as going off of your student loan debt, helping people through the various amount of programs. These things have changed so much with the new administration. What are your options? What do you know? Well, moving abroad may free up some money, but making certain that you are taking advantage of all your options when moving abroad is why we reached out to Sonia. Why we wanted to make certain that Sonia and what she had to offer for all of my folks that might have went to a great college but are still stuck paying student loans, that are looking to move abroad, putting those two people in the same room together so that you can understand what we have for you is very unique. So the opportunities to download ebooks, include free ebooks, the opportunity to get free wealth management consultations. These things are going to be and extra items that you're going to need in your relocation tool bag on what it is that you're putting in on your journey to move abroad. 4 complimentary monthly 15-minute checkup calls, live Zoom classes and replay access, invitation to exclusive in-person meetups, new student orientation live Q&A with Dr. Sonia Lewis herself, the DIY nonprofit course, which is important. If you didn't know, running or being a part of a nonprofit is a way to get your student loans taken off. Navient and Nelnet complaint ebook as well. So that is going to come all in the $50 off the SLD University. What also happens, and that is you are going to get 10% off of the 2026 Black Travel Expo. So if you don't know about the Black Travel Expo, it is owned by Maurice Foley. What he has done is put an opportunity for people that are interested in travel, whether you're a travel agent, a travel curator, you're looking to get into the travel business or the industry. He has put together a travel expo for Black people. Comes from creators all over the world, showing people how to go about traveling more, tips, tricks, hacks, moving abroad. We'll hopefully see us on there next year at the 2020. But you're going to get 10% off with your general admission ticket. You're going to get one free wealth management consultation call. You are going to get 25% off. We have just released a new ebook. It's only 29 bucks, and it is called 100 Days to Freedom. Yes, we go through exactly if you are motivated and highly motivated and ready to leave in the next 100 days, the exact blueprint that you can follow to go move abroad in the next 100 days. You'll go get 25% off of that. You'll get $25 off of any mood t-shirt and a trip deal. So if you guys go to moodtravelabroad.com, we have our t-shirt and the trip deals. What that is one of the most outrageous deals that we have potentially come up with. You buy a t-shirt. The t-shirt, let's take Cartagena, for example, or Medellin, they're both the same price. This t-shirt says Cartagena or Medellin on it. It gives you 5 days, 4 nights hotel stay for up to 2 adults. There is nobody else giving you a t-shirt or these costs. So the cost for the t-shirt comes with the hotel. It's a $299.99 t-shirt, or you're only paying $299.99 for 5 days, 4 nights at a hotel. Depends on which way you look at it. it's relatively a good deal considering you're going to the destination that you choose. Depending on where you go, those prices vary, but you will get $25 off in general admission, as well as you will get $50 off any relocation tour. So whether you choose Medellin, Cartagena, Santa Marta, whether you choose to go to Cape Town, whether you choose to go to Panama, or you choose to come to Playa del Carmen, you will get $50 off any of the relocation tours listed on our page. The VIP admission just gives you more bang for your buck. Your early bird tickets start off, let me just make certain. Early bird tickets start off at $110, and what we give you is $100 off any of our relocation tours, pretty much giving you your money back. You are going to get full access and replay access to the virtual conference, so you can be able to watch it at any point that you want. If you want to go back and take notes or reference it, it is a replay that will be available 24/7 for you. You will also get 20% off. So you're looking to come to Colombia and you are looking for the digital nomad visa. Daniel Luca and his team will give you 20% off of Capital M Law's digital nomad services. You're going to get that increase for the SLD University to $100. You're going to give you $100 off SLD University Pass. You're going to increase as well to 20% off of your 2026 Black Travel Expo ticket. You're going to take half price off that 100 Days to Freedom, the direct blueprint. If you are looking to move abroad in the next 100 days, how and what to do. And you are actively going to increase your Move t-shirt, t-shirt and the trip deal from $25 to $50. So all of our VIP guests, if you're looking to go to Medellin, essentially that $299.99 for 5 days, 4 nights hotel stay for up to two adults drops down to $249.99, 5 days, 4 nights hotel stay. Please, unless you are staying in a hostel, go online. You cannot go stay 5 days, 4 nights in a hotel in Medellin or Cartagena for $299, and definitely not $249.99. Not one that I would recommend. So, what we do is not only give you guys the opportunity to learn how to move abroad, we give you guys the opportunity to get connected directly to the resources that you need. Many of the locations, including Medellin, Cartagena, Cape Town, South Africa, Mexico, as well, which includes Playa, Riviera Maya, Cancun, Cabo San Lucas, Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. We give you guys those locations as well as the global destinations, including Thailand, Dubai, London, Paris, all of the top expat destinations globally can be found with our t-shirt and the trip deal. You can choose whatever one you would like to. Maybe it's the one that you're looking at for your expat destination. Maybe it's just a bucket list trip. What we're doing is giving you the opportunity not only to be connected, but actually give you the resources to leave and save a little money. You know, you guys are probably overwhelmed with how much everything costs. Nothing that we have presented here today costs any more than honestly maybe a lunch out by yourself or a lunch with somebody. These things are given to you not because it's something to make millions off of and retire, but because I'm a person that looks at my community and says, we need somebody to actually give a crap enough to put these resources together, to create the super friends of Black travel curators and Black relocation experts and say, hey, we have a community of people that look just like you, that made the same moves, maybe for different reasons. We all have our reasons, but these people are no different than you in the fact that you were in their position at one point, and now they're showing you the ways to get out of your position and into whatever position that you would like to on the other side of the TSA. So make certain that you guys are going to movetravelabrod.com. I'd say keep your money, keep the extra 15. You might need that for something that is not related to your move. Do what you can to get those locked in today because believe it or not, even though it's virtual, there are only so many spots that we will be selling for this particular trip. Excuse me, a conference. We want to make certain that we can go about getting people that are coming their questions answered. We have 5,000 people. The likelihood of you getting your question answered, your specific question, is probably unlikely. So we will not be having 1,000 people in the room. We want to make certain that the people are in there can ask their questions. We want to make sure and also that you are connected afterwards. So we'll be sending out contact information and ways for you to be able to take this conference and go. Go to where it is. Maybe you go on multiple relocation conference or tours with our speakers. That is actually, we actually position that as a way to increase the probability of your success. Seeing multiple options will only give you a firmer understanding of what you do want and what you don't want. So I've been really looking forward to be able to not only unveil our website. MoveTravelAbroad.com has taken so much of my time, energy, as well as a lot of back office things to get in place so you can go there and see the free resources that we have. Go into our video on demand section and download the webinars so you can watch them at your own time. Take a look at the ebooks from how to move to Colombia to 100 Days to Freedom, how to leave the United States. These things have been compiled for you so that you can go to one location and get access to all of the places that you have been looking for as your top expat destination. So hopefully tonight you have learned a little bit not only about if you have a destination that is on mind, just drop it in my inbox. Worst case scenario, we will always take feedback. That way we can bring the destinations that you want to see the most of. We want to make certain that you can feel comfortable knowing that the people that you will be presented to, they will actually be people that we have worked with and will actually show you not only a great time, but possibly your best life in a new country. These things are important not only to me, but every individual that is a part of this collective. They take their job seriously and they know how so many people that look like us are starting to fizzle and try to figure out where do I go and where do I vet the resources and how do I determine who's actually doing this in a way where it is going to be beneficial to me. Well, we've done our best. We've taken all of the hassle out of it. We've taken all of the legwork out of it for it. Not the person that needed to understand what a virtual relocation. Well, you already have a community that you know of, that you are familiar with, that will actually take and guide you through that process. This isn't just the one destination for you. It's the start of a new life. It's the opportunity to change what your life looks like from today on. We want you guys to get the information, use it, utilize it to live your best life. These are the things that we actually pride ourselves in doing. So I pride myself in taking the time. These things are going to change your life, and I can't wait to see you on the other side. I appreciate you guys as always. If you did not see it, we have dropped our weekly calendars. Black Expat Life Abroad will be on live on YouTube every Monday and Wednesday around 6 p.m. Sometimes I'm late because you'd be surprised what goes on once I turn this camera off. But I always do my best to try to remain in that hour, or at least give you a heads up that we're either changing the time or the day. But go forward, you can make certain that you guys are going to see us Mondays and Wednesdays. We're going to be covering a numerous amount of topics. Over the next couple of weeks, we are actually going to bring our relocation conference speakers on. Imagine, before you even buy a ticket, you get the opportunity to just talk to them a little bit. Get an understanding of what they'll be presenting, understanding of how it's going to help you, putting a name to a face. This is an opportunity for you to change your life, and we're doing this right here on this channel. MoveTravelAbroad.com is the way for you to start taking advantage of the resources that have been put together. One of the things I'm proud of, I want you guys to go do. You go to MoveTravelAbroad.com, go click the mood test. Take it. It is going to ask you some questions about you, what you want to do, where you're thinking about looking at, what some of the elements that you may need. And it's going to give you some results. It's going to give you some results based off of the top destinations that we actually cover. Which ones fit your criteria? And it costs you $0 to actually take. Isn't that beautiful? We want to make certain that you guys have the easiest way out of America and not the easiest way back in by not going prepared. So, you guys, I appreciate your time as always. I will be seeing you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Not here on Black Expat Life, but if you guys are interested in just travel and everything else, we will be on Turn Your Travel into Income. Tomorrow's YouTube. We'll be talking about for those people that are looking to move abroad and maybe the group planner, you could possibly become a travel agent. We're going to get into that tomorrow. But if not, go to movetravelabroad.com. and get signed up for the virtual relocation conference. That'll be November 22nd. As always, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I've been RJ Mood, and you guys have been great. I appreciate it, and I'll see y'all soon.